Okay.
Hey.
What's up, guys? Y'all can start with the
Chris is looking like an absolute madman right now. A man on a mission.
Okay, y'all can go ahead and start with the. Just let John start.
Well, one thing, I'm Christopher Sylvain, or Fuck Your Feelings on TikTok. I know I still have my old TikTok name on here. But I'm here to try to defend Trump's economy. And my partner.
Hello, everybody. I'm Patriotic Master. My real name is Tim. I am here to defend Trump's economy with my friend Chris for Fuck You Feelings from TikTok.
All right. You guys we can just go into I would want Chris or Tim to start just an opening statement talking about why you support Trump's economy. Go ahead.
Well, one thing, he's created 7.5 million jobs since he took office. 50,000, I think it was 50-something thousand factory jobs, and literally, we had record stock markets over 100 times during Trump's economy. Let me see. He reopened the Keystone pipeline, which Obama closed down, which actually created a lot more factory jobs. He got out of the disastrous Paris climate agreement that was costing America a lot of money. And he helped to that's not really he cut our taxes, biggest tax break in like about 50 years.
Okay, can we start?
Go ahead.
Okay, so me and my teammate Mo will be defending the anti-Trump's economy side. In this debate, I will be arguing the claim that Trump's presidency and economy was not as good as people predicted. It has only benefited the rich, not the poor, as well as not keeping promises, talked about his foreign policies, COVID-19 response, and how badly he handled this country. Hopefully, in this debate, it will be extremely educational for both sides and shift some views about opposing views. Okay, would you like to start? John.
Yo, hi. Sorry, I've been on mute this entire time. My bad. But yeah, quick question, Chris. So, like, when you at the beginning of the debate, you mentioned all of those jobs are created. Can you give me a source that directly correlates him to the creation of the jobs? Making sure that he created those jobs, or they're not a product of it. Because if you give me a second. Let me just get it up here.
Can I add on to that? Okay, so as you were saying how he added 6 million jobs, you haven't added a source for. I have a source for this, justsecurity.org. I can put the link in chat. Since February, 11.5 million jobs have been lost. He's at minus 4.5 million jobs.
Yes, because of COVID.
Exactly, because of COVID. And would you like to talk about how he handled COVID?
Actually, Dr. Fauci says he saved thousands of lives during COVID.
Okay, all right, wait. So, are we gonna go, John? Do you want to go into COVID economy, or you're going against the specific contentions they were talking about pre-COVID economy? We could talk about both, but I would rather, as a good faith, talk about pre-COVID economy.
Okay, we can talk about pre. Like his presidency in general. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I would say that we need to go into COVID economy because that's where we're living right now. But right now, talk about pre-COVID.
Okay, go ahead.
Like I said, one of the things he did was he started bringing regulations on foreign factories so they can bring more jobs back to America.
Ooh, tariffs. Okay.
Yes, I understand that we do need to trade with the world, but the sad thing is, we never make anything in the U.S. anymore. Everything's more overseas. We need to be able to depend on ourselves. So if something ever happens, we we're not screwed.
All right. Okay. So um, basically, by saying that you like his tariffs, you're suggesting that is, or let's just say, um, tariffs themselves and his use of it are effective, right?
In certain senses.
Or
Like
they're good.
like China was one of the things you guys want to bring up is the war with China. And yes, it's not great right now for our economy, but China has been literally screwing over the U.S. for a long time in the trade. We were getting the unfair end of the stick.
Okay. Let's talk about the announcing tariffs. So, citing
Mhm.
national security concerns, the president announces on March 1st that the United States will impose tariffs on foreign-made steel and aluminum. Correct?
Mhm.
The administration imposes the restrictions on China, but accepts Canada and other U.S. alliance states, as well as the European Union, as trade negotiations continue. So he imposed restrictions on China when it comes to the tariffs.
Not
It
to
used
mention that tariffs do actually um, hurt jobs
mhm.
themselves, and that's I'll get you a link to that. It's just in my
And, let's,
other
and you were
doc.
talking
We
about
have two
how the
docs.
China trade war. In early of April, China imposes the relay tariffs on U.S. products worth about 3 billion, escalating a trade war between the two largest economies. My bad. By November, the United States has levied tariffs on 250 billion worth of Chinese goods, while China has imposed tariffs on 110 billion of our products.
Yes, I
So
understand the trade war is not the best thing right now, and it's not great for the economy. But the fact of the matter, like I said, we were getting completely the short end of the stick with China for centuries. So he was trying to find a way to fix it.
And
Centuries,
as trade talks
centuries.
break down, the United States raises tariffs on 200 billion worth of Chinese goods from 10 to 25%. And I could give you a link for this if you would like.
Wait, but John, what's your argument? Like, are you just saying those are bad? Like, you're just stating that they exist.
Yes, it's bad. Exactly.
Can you explain it?
What do you mean? Explain it.
Explain why the
How?
tariffs are bad.
Okay, so not in general how they're bad, but the fact that he Chris talked about in his statement how Ch- China's trade war, correct? And the administration imposes the restrictions on China, but he let Canada and the other countries go. So if you would like to talk about China and us announcing tariffs with China, he restricted many of them. And it went from 10 to 25%. There's a significant difference from the
And yes,
the tariffs.
we already have a debt. We already have like a huge debt with China. China's been getting the happy end of the stick for centuries with us. They've been screwing us over.
How
You
is that a
keep
good thing?
saying that. You like
How is that a good
Here's the
thing?
thing, Chris. You keep saying that, but you act like tariffs make that better. I mean, tariffs themselves as a form of control in trade, um, have been proven to actually like hurt jobs and increase prices. They work almost like taxes with how they increase the costs of products for consumers. American consumers, that is. So I
Chris,
don't know how you think that's like a substantial way of dealing
Chris,
with
can you explain why you think that tariffs are beneficial for Americans? Because their contention is that tariffs are bad. But can you explain, can you back up your claim that tariffs are beneficial to the US economy?
Not as I'm not exactly saying tariffs are exactly a good thing. I'm just saying what he's trying to do ultimately is to find a way to have fix what's going on with China screwing us over. It happened to be tariffs right now.
Well, you're doing a false equivalency. You're not proving how that's actually benefiting our economy.
Okay,
You're still not benefiting. If
I
anything, you're
know.
agreeing with us.
I didn't. I was kind of explaining why it's going on. Not
You're back.
exactly that it's got the best equation right now because we're on a trade war. But yeah, my bad.
Mhm. All right, okay, so just a quick thing. So, as Trump's trade war with China has progressed, and you talk about how many jobs Trump is bringing in, right? He's cost the U.S., and this is an approximate estimate that was projected to hit about 450,000 by the end of this year. he's cost the U.S. 300,000 jobs at the cost of these tariffs. So, like again, I ask you that question: how is how are the tariffs effective in combating, as you say, China having the nice end of the stick, I guess?
Well, it's supposed to it makes it harder for to us to have all our products coming from other countries and like factories and stuff.
Wait, but tariffs usually make products more expensive for middle class families. So like I'm confused on what point you're trying to make right there, or what point you did try to make right there. Are we just gonna? Yeah, this is just very quiet.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So okay. So can we just move on? I guess then, if you don't have anything to say, then
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So if you want to move on, so the specific points that were given were the tariffs and or just I guess combating China, the job growth. Can you guys give like you said the policies, you said tariffs were one of them. Can you give me another policy on why the American job growth was as big as it was in that time, or how whatever you claim is beneficial? What was beneficial in that time? What policy can you point to?
I said he one of the things he did is he reopened the key line or the key. Come on, say key line, Keystone pipeline, which is a natural resource pipeline, which created a bunch of jobs there. He made it. How to say? He constructed a lot of country jobs to restricting them to making have more. How to say it? U.S. jobs rather than overseas.
Okay. But again, that's at the cost of U.S. jobs.
Wait, no,
So,
wait,
like,
no.
I want to move. Oh, wait, sorry. I thought we were still.
He was saying no. He said that
Sorry,
like
my bad. Yeah,
representation of like the Keystone Pipeline
My
creating
bad.
jobs. Like,
Yeah,
do
I'm
you have
sorry.
anything against that?
Sorry. I
Yes.
apologize.
I mean, yes,
That was my bad.
Keystone Pipeline created jobs because they need people to work it.
Okay.
And that created a lot of jobs. I know you probably say it's not you, the moderator, but your guys will probably say it's bad for the
No, I have no opinion on this. I'm the moderator. I'm not saying anything.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. I'm saying they'll probably say it's bad for the climate.
Yeah. Well. Yes, it is very bad for the environment.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, like, I think that's a very important thing to talk about as of now, especially with Trump's uh, position on the environment and how he's like denied science, um, just so he could
Multiple times.
multiple times, yeah, just so he can. I don't know how to say, just gain a few extra bucks, I guess, but yeah, and he withdrew from the Paris deal, right? Didn't he?
Yes,
He himself.
I was actually thought that was a good idea because we're spending lots of money and was not benefiting us really.
But are you not agreeing to our statements how it was bad? Because you're saying after every time one of us bring up a point, you said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that it was a good thing."
I
And
don't
then you
think the
keep going.
Paris climate change was a good thing at all.
Exactly.
I
So
think
you're
it was.
agreeing with us every time we mention a point.
You
I mean,
said
to be
that.
honest,
So you guys don't support the Paris climate agreement?
He left.
Yeah, I'm glad you left it.
okay, no. I just asked if he left it because I just want to make sure that
He's
I knew
asking.
what was
He's
going on.
asking if you
Ex-
support.
Yes, he left it.
If you support John and Mo, do you support the Paris Climate Agreement? Do you think it was a good move for Trump to pull out the Trump Paris Climate Agreement?
I think it's a mixed bag.
Oh well, yes. I think he should have stayed in it.
Okay, go ahead and say why.
Well, huh. Give me a second. Wait, so Chris is contending why we should stay in it? Or why
No,
we should...
no. He left Trump. Okay, his opening statement was one of the beneficial things of the Trump economy was the fact that Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate
Yeah,
Agreement.
he left it. That was a
Right,
good
and
thing.
he's supporting that. Can you say why you think we should have
Oh,
stayed?
that was a good thing. That was a good thing. My bad, I misunderstood.
No, well,
That he left it.
the reason I say it's a good, it's a mixed bag is because like internationally as well as in like the U.S., some of this it's created a lot of new jobs and it's brought about like a lot of money into the economy. So again, that's why I say it's a mixed bag because there were obviously some pros to it and there were some cons to it, and you can make an argument for any side. So I'd say
Then why is because you guys had a climate contention? I'm not trying to argue anything. Your contention was the climate. So that's where I'm confused.
Oh no, I only asked if he pulled out of the Paris deal just as a question in general. I wasn't trying to use that.
Okay,
as like an
fine,
argument.
that's fine. So
That was it.
so the keystone you have fine. So going on to like the next point, just we're going point by point because I want to have clash in this debate. The points you brought up was the keystone, and in that sense, again, the record jobs and other like what do you support? I guess the tax cuts, Chris. Like in that sense, do you think that those are beneficial?
Yes,
Can you explain?
because lower taxes mean we have more money to be able to buy, and that helps boost the stock market, which in fact, and then how to say it, benefits the economy in general sense.
Okay, can I talk about this?
Sure.
No, the actual idea of the tax cuts itself, it wasn't bad in a sense, but one, it affected only the rich, and two, the thing is, as he lowered our taxes, he increased the military spending. He basically almost put us in a recession. You understand that, right? You understand that he almost put us in a recession with the tax cuts and then upping the military's budget.
Yeah, I mean, and tax experts did estimate that Trump, like the majority of Trump's tax cuts would flow to the top 1% of earners, well, top 5%. But yeah, like, I mean, like again, they didn't really do much, and they didn't change a lot for middle income groups. So, like, are you trying to argue that it was good for the entire country, or it was good for a certain demographic of people?
It wasn't good for the entire country. I'm actually in the working class myself, and I've received better taxes since Trump got elected.
That's an anecdote.
Okay, let me. Okay, so tax experts estimated that over the long run, 83% of his tax giveaway would flow to the top 1% of earners in the country. So most of it, as I said, only benefited the rich.
So like I don't know if you value it because of the fact that somebody.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. As far as I'll agree. As far as big businesses, some of them should be taxed a little bit more because they make enough money and the small business needs a better chance of surviving. But are you just trying to say that the rich should be taxed more in general sense because
No,
No, but
I'm saying that
you were saying how the tax cuts actually benefited people. If anything, it only benefited the rich. It did not benefit people in general, like the average American.
Not necessarily. It benefited a lot of lower class Americans if you look at the facts.
Yeah, 17% of it, and it was only the middle class. So lower classes, they barely got a single tax cut, as you were mentioning. How was a good thing, and as I mentioned, he added money to the military spending. My bad. So if anything, all those correlate to him almost putting us in a recession.
I mean, not to like, and if you're going to say that this wasn't his intention, by the way, and if you would like me, I'll give you the bias factual rating for this. After signing the actual bill into law, Trump flew to Mar-a-Lago, and he told his wealthy friends that, quote, you just got a lot richer. So you can see from his intentions, it wasn't really about helping middle class or lower class Americans. That wasn't really his intention at the beginning. And it's evident by not only his behavior, but where those tax cuts went. And I think that, I mean, can we like finish up the subject there if you guys want? I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do. or if you want to contest that, Chris, you
And
can.
as far as I can't say much as far as the military is concerned because I completely disagree with it. Because, like I said, I told you what I was thinking about the military.
Okay.
You got anything else to say, buddy?
Not
Well,
really.
no.
I mean,
The whole
more or
thing.
less, I can say this much that on the whole tax cuts, I think many lower class Americans actually benefited because my father, who actually served in the Air Force at one time, I mean, when I got my taxes during Obama's presidency, I didn't get much back, but compared to Trump's tax, when Trump cut taxes, I actually got a lot back from the federal government. And I think many lower class Americans actually benefited from it. But
Yeah. Like
people have the
you
right
said
to their
that's
own opinion,
anecdotal, but I've
as I
been
always
receiving
say.
a lot more of my taxes since Trump got elected than before.
Again, that's very
He pays
much
maybe state
anecdotal.
taxes, but he doesn't control that.
Okay, again, can we because
Mhm.
you guys keep saying that your dad. So, for example, Tim, you said your dad. Chris, you said yourself. Can we just not use anecdotes? Because I think we can all agree that
And if you're
anecdotes.
going to, can you prove it?
Yeah.
Want me to pull out my taxes?
No, we just want you to substantiate your argument that that's the case for a lot of other people, like a lot of other people, or the general public, I guess.
And most companies actually made most of the tax benefits off the tax cut. I could go into that.
Another thing he did was he removed the fee for Obamacare that was made jobs pay for each other everybody's insurance. A lot of jobs started hiring more because they can actually afford more people.
Yeah, I mean, again, another example of um, basically Trump's tax cuts being harmful is he gave Abby Vi. I don't know exactly the pronunciation of it. My bad if I pronounce it. It's like Abby V or Abby Vi. I'm not sure, but they received a 1.3 billion tax handout, and they announced that they were going to buy 10 billion. Sorry about that. Oh my god, that was such a bad way. But yeah, $10 billion worth of buybacks, and then they increased prices on like 10 of their products. Like so, that's including arthritis medication. So you can see how that's already starting to take form in something not very good for the general American, especially at a time where people need medication at a cheaper price. Um,
He just signed a bill not too long ago to help lower prescription drug costs.
I think I'm aware of the one that you're talking about, and I think it was about insulin. I'm not very much sure about it. Give me a second.
What it's to lower prescription drugs in general, but it has done a lot to help lower price of insulin, so they bring it up most, I think, because insulin is extremely expensive.
Lowering drug prices, specifically, yeah, insulin. All right, okay. So it is insulin. Alrighty. Are we gonna move on to something else then?
Yeah.
Sure.
What would you like to move on to? COVID?
Yo,
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go on to COVID.
The second Trump found out about COVID, he closed all travel from China and other foreign countries.
except
No,
the United States.
actually, listen. So the World Health Organization declared COVID a pandemic on March 11th, and much later did he do anything or take into law until March 27th. And by then the unemployment rate has crossed by 5%.
Not to mention that even when he did close the borders, he still left ports open for different areas. So he didn't completely close air travel into the United
Exactly.
States from
He only
China.
stopped it to Europe and a little bit Asia in that time, but it was a very short period of time.
closed down like a major portion, like to foreign countries like China and stuff.
I mean, by the time
I don't think he shut down everything because, like I said, our military's got to travel around the world.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but it's an excuse. People in like with law, they have an excuse to go places. You understand that, right? Like if they're mandatory to go somewhere, a flight does not affect them.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's-
You don't have a rebuttal.
Like I said,
I mean, through these statistics, it's only obvious that the pandemic, by the time that he did anything, was already. I mean, it was struck with intensity, and it was only because of our failing leader who did not respond with the swiftness that
Needed.
we needed to combat this pandemic.
the second he
And
got
over the month of March, confirmed cases in the U.S. increased at a rapid pace.
he acted as soon as he knew about it.
No, he didn't.
China held out knowledge about the virus for a long time. It actually started in
Can you
January.
prove that?
Well, he admitted to
Can you
playing
prove
it
that? Wait,
down.
wait.
So
Can you
like,
prove that? Can you prove that China knew about it?
no. Well, yeah.
Wait,
But like, really
can you
quickly.
prove it? No, wait. Before you say anything, can you
Actually,
prove-
I actually got to find it, but I don't have the link on my
yeah,
right.
prove it.
Uh,
Please prove it.
China knew about the virus back in December last year. The first
Prove
case.
it. Do you have a source? Credible? I have a source for everything I said if you would like them.
Not
Me
on
too.
there right now.
I also have a source for just about everything I've said.
No, I don't have that link on me now.
Okay. I don't know where y'all want to go from here. Because just if you're looking at your contentions, like you said, job growth. And then you said, I guess like your thing was is that like Trump did as much as he could. Like, what are your other reasons why you think the economy was good? Or are those the reasons? Or are there any other like things why you think job growth was better under Trump? Yeah.
Well, one thing that hits out that the economy was a lot better under Trump is, even though they say unemployment's been going down for a long time, even under Obama Obama was in office. We had way more people on welfare and food stamps than before. Than now, under Trump, we lifted over 35,000 off of food stamps. I mean, they might be back on because of COVID now, but
Okay, so now again we're going back into like lower class citizens, things like food stamps. All right, okay, cool. Well, I have something here. So, an analysis done by the Joint Committee on Taxation found that more than 80% of the benefits of the change in the tax code for the pass-through businesses, so like the businesses that would like increase, sorry, not increase. Basically, like the income would flow through. To investors or the owners would go to Americans who make more than 1 million per year, and this handout that he gave to like the rich cost taxpayers roughly 90 billion in 2020 alone, and that's according to the committee's report here. Give me a second. I'll just copy it and I'll send it to you. Copy link URL. So yeah, do you have any contention for that? Because it's costing us more taxes, and he's giving unnecessary handouts to all these corps. So yeah, I'd like to know if you have a contention for that.
let's see. Handouts. Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. It was one of the comments. It's pretty funny. Bro, Auntie is just.
Dang it! I could have the wrong thing. Shoot, where the heck am I now? So I looked at the numbers. We have been
John,
the
this one.
number
Yeah.
of people who actually
Yeah,
are on food
Discord.
stamps and other things have gone to extremely down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now it's kind of going back up because of things going on. But
So, like, what is your point here? Like, because, like, the way you're trying to articulate it isn't very
I'm
clear.
arguing that well, the economy and the jobs under that's a different debate. But I think the Obama's economy was more of a
Explain how.
false number
Can you explain how?
What?
How is it false?
because during the Obama administration, a lot of jobs weren't even hiring because of the fact that they had to pay for other people's insurance. Under Obamacare, a lot of jobs were actually laying off people. I've lived through that economy myself. I've seen so many people lose their job during the economy. And whenever when you have an unemployment number, it only shows up for the number of people actually actively looking for a job. If you are looking for a job, then you show up on unemployment. If you're not looking for a job and you gave up, then you're not going to show up at all. So the number I'm saying were false because you can even look at that correlation with the fact that the number of people who are on food stamps and the people that needed help, Medicare and whatever else.
Okay, hold up. I have. I'm trying to find this article I have here. It's by the Federal Open Market Committee. I just can't seem to find it. Give me a second. John, would you like to take this like over for me just really quickly, just so I can find this?
Mhm.
Just because I'm trying to find where this is and like. John. Let's go. Right. Okay. Federal. No.
You also here?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna take over.
Wait, what are you trying to look for again?
I'm just looking for this article by the Federal Open Market Committee, but it's all good. Well, basically, what I was gonna send, but I'll find another link for it, is that Obama's like wait, but yeah, Obama's economy was a very huge factor in how Trump ended up with what we call the booming economy, if you will. Um, Everything from the unemployment rate to
I'm not. I guess I'm not going to argue that. Thank you. My partner disappeared.
what?
My partner disappeared.
He's gone.
But I'm not going to argue that that he didn't have unemployment numbers and the economy didn't. But the fact of the matter, I don't think the numbers were anywhere actually real because, like I said, you only show up on unemployment if you are actively looking for a job.
Wait, quick question. Proof. Like I need some type of stat that backs you up. If you ask me for anything, I'll give it to you. But I also need the same from you. If you're gonna make such a bold claim, I'm gonna need something from you.
Let's just bring that up for a fact because I said that'd be a totally different debate because that's not Trump's economy. That's Obama's economy.
Well, no. But we were talking about the effect that Obama's economy had on Trump's economy and why Trump's economy was such a success. As you would say, I mean, in your terms, I would say.
Well, no, I didn't have a link on it because I wasn't really going to go against Obama's economy right now.
Well then, why would you make the? Because I'm pretty sure you knew or you could have anticipated me using the fact that Obama's economy was actually doing very well, and he bounced back from recession. So again,
Yeah.
how? Um, so just like very quickly again, how are you gonna make like a claim like that and not be able to back it up? Because that is like just I don't know. It's counterproductive because like we're trying to.
Okay, I know. Listen,
Yes.
this is getting a little bit off topic, but listen, I know
It
we're getting
is.
into Obama's economy, but Chris and Patriarch Master, the pledge is on you for you to explain how Obama's economy was worse than Trump's. Well, we're not trying to get into that, but how was it bad? And after you prove that, go back into whatever you're talking about Trump, because you're trying to correlate both of them, and you're not explaining how. You're telling us to. You need to prove why it was bad, or prove how Trump's economy. What does Obama's economy have to equivalent to Trump's economy? And if it does, what you were saying, you're not proving how his economy is bad.
Because, like I said, the way I was saying it, but I don't have the any links to. So again, it's hard to like argue it fully, but his numbers weren't exactly,
Stuff.
in my opinion, truthful because, like I said, they were reflecting of what they were showing. You, if you look into the databases of actual numbers for people on unemployment, that if you actively don't look for a job, you're not going to show up. It's it's not a real number.
You're still not proving how the numbers were false. You're making so much false equivalencies.
Yeah, I mean, like again. So we're talking about like I don't want to say this, but again, I do want to stress because you mentioned Obamacare. Um,
And many things that don't correlate with Trump's economy.
exactly,
And everyone
and
knows.
Obama was handed an economic catastrophe. Let me just say that very quickly. And he,
Obamacare was but it does have to do
It's
with it
literally
because
getting off topic, and me and Noah are trying to say how it's getting off topic. You're still going to it, and you're providing false information, whatever you say.
I mean,
Obamacare does have to do with it because Obamacare was had a
The
penalty
healthcare
that
was not the
charged.
only reason why.
Okay. All right. We're one. No, we can't make it a 3v3 because we already said Angel. Two. So what are you guys arguing? Guys arguing that the Obama's economy is any of the benefits that Trump's economy had, or what are you
Yes,
trying to say?
yes, completely. With the unemployment rate, if we look at anything like here,
the reason I brought it up,
it was done by many African American votes, and 77% said that he doesn't drive the low unemployment. After Obama did the American Recovery and Reinvested in the Reinvestment Act, we can see that Trump hasn't passed any economic policies that had made the black unemployment go down.
One thing he did do the outward opportunity zones, and
jeez.
They benefited the wealth investors rather than the poor communities. If you're talking about that,
Exactly, and as value of like the area increases, so does rent. So
well, the black unemployment the how to say it, the opportunity zones are to help you black people in their communities to get better
it's not
jobs.
true. They only benefited the wealth investors rather than the poor communities. You're not explaining to me how they benefited the black unemployment.
I mean, yeah, I
You're not.
agree with
You're not answering the question.
um
Explain to me how the opportunity zone uh, help the higher end people.
okay. Would you like me to do that, John, or would you like to take that, John? John, hello. All right, okay. I'll just take it. So, alrighty, give me 1 second because I do have something on this. Okay. That's because they're invest in the community. Those kind of ideas, new investments, no requirement. Well, give me a second. I wasn't supposed to do the opportunity zone, so I'm gonna have to get this real quick.
John, are you there?
Yeah, John. Before this, he did tell me that he was gonna have, maybe he was gonna have some issues, and he might like have to like leave for like a couple minutes, like he did at the beginning of the debate. So yeah, I wasn't supposed to really do this part of it, I
Yeah.
guess. Oh, there you are, John. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I didn't do the opportunity zones. So if you would
What was his
kindly,
argue against it?
he was saying that basically
How are the opportunity zones benefiting the more rich
rich.
and whatever else?
Well, it's on you to prove how they did.
No, can
You
you
brought it-
please tell me why it only benefits the wealthy?
Because give me a second.
I understand he has burden of proof or whatever, but can you just explain it so it's clear to everyone?
How they only affected the wealth.
Yes. How did it only help the wealthy?
Well, isn't it the claim on?
No, it's
John, your rebuttal is that. I'm not even interjecting. I'm just asking you to explain.
Mhm.
So
So I'm okay. I don't have an exact rebuttal to it, but I'm asking him how they did up the African American voting.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Voting? They're giving more opportunities to the black community to get more jobs. It gives them better.
Yeah, I understand that's what your claim is, but you're
It
not
gives them
proving
better
how they-
access to them.
What?
and by the way, the opportunity zones, they like basically like the reason they were even created was to create like incentivization for like investment in these communities that we're talking about, like the
Yes.
poor communities.
Bring
Right,
more
okay.
actual like
Yeah. So
jobs
then,
to the community.
so then, tell me why billions of untaxed investment profits were going to high-end apartments, buildings, and hotels, storage facilities, and most of these properties that this money was going into didn't even employ a lot of people. It
Yeah,
didn't even
you know,
employ
what, I'll
any
just
workers.
rebuttal. I'll just rebuttal. While the gist of descriptions of the opportunity zones boasted moving billions of dollars into low-income communities, like exactly how you claimed, what they actually do is gentrify the very neighborhoods, like multiple neighborhoods. They pretend to revitalize. I don't know exactly how to prove this. How to say this out loud. Displacing black and brown working class people from their homes, further deestablishing already vulnerable my bad vulnerable areas, all to benefit wealthy developers like Trump's son-in-law Jared. And they're designated they're put there to help low-income neighborhoods.
Okay. If you don't have a response, then if that's everything, because I don't know what has left.
Yeah,
So just to confirm, Chris, what you were saying is opportunity zones, the tax cuts, the trade war / tariffs, and what was the other thing? Do you have any other reasons why you think job growth under Trump was cool, or why what impacted job growth?
Like I said, removing the penalties of Obamacare was making it give more money to the actual companies to be able to hire more people because they didn't have to pay for everybody's insurance. Plus, he opened things like the Keystone.
Wait, can you tell me how after Obamacare was de-established as you claimed, how did that affect the unemployment? You said how
Because
the workers and stuff didn't have to
listen,
pay for it, so it opened up into less
no,
unemployment.
the workers didn't have to pay for it, but the companies themselves were required to pay for every employee they had health insurance under Obamacare.
Do you have proof of that? Do you have proof
One of the
that
first things
they were
Trump did
required?
as president was remove the penalty.
Prove it. How did that affect it?
How does it
Yeah,
not
How
affect
did
it?
the companies have to pay? Can you prove? Can you show me proof where the companies had to pay? Like where in any contract where it said that? And
It was literally
if
in
that,
the
can you tell me
contract.
why it only benefited African American communities, not white communities?
What do you?
Hmm?
Huh?
What?
I said it benefited all because, like I said, the jobs weren't hiring because they had to pay for
You're not
everybody's
proving
insurance.
how. You're not showing me proof of where the companies on the contract had to pay for the person's health care.
It was literally in the Obamacare, the act.
Show me.
I don't know
Prove
why
it to me. You can't. If you can't prove it to me, I'm just gonna go ahead and see how the statement's debunked. Can you not
Sabrina's
prove it
in
at
chat.
all?
No.
You can't.
No, I had a hard time finding. Well, I don't get as much research time as I used to, anyways. Too, I could have had a hard time finding the things I wanted to find. They were like seemed to be missing off of Google.
Maybe it's
Okay, let's
because
go to
like
another
it's
subject.
not. Oh, okay.
Um, what's another subject that
I'm
you
not
want to bring
saying how to explain this when you look for something and you found it before, but you can't find it ever again.
Well, then that's not on us then.
That's
So you can't say that's like
that
exactly so.
statement's been debunked by us.
Until
Plus, I
you
didn't.
provide evidence to back up your claim,
Yes.
you have no substantial argument against us. So
Okay. Yes. I
Mm-hmm.
like I'll say I'll admit I'm probably gonna not to like not even say this to be I'm not like even trying to argue with you guys because I'm honestly gonna probably step out of politics because for this time period right now I cannot really do the research I need to.
mhm.
And I don't want to. I mean, not that I say I have no knowledge, but I don't want to be feeding anything that might be falsified to even my fan base
I
because I
mean,
don't have
really,
the
I
time.
mean, if you have the time to be debating on it, you have the time to research.
So I would say John. I mean, sorry, Chris, because like I think like this is a pretty good time to just close up the debate real quick. I would say to you, Chris, that if you're going to start debating, take it piece by piece. Do not actually like rush it and then end up with what you have here, which is
Yeah,
insufficient amounts of evidence because it hurts you in the long run, especially when you're
yeah.
debating. So yeah, I mean, I think
That's why I said I'm probably going to take a break from politics because I don't get the I mean, I do. I mean, we are debating now in a sense, but I don't get the time to do the proper research as
I
much
mean,
as I
I
should
mean,
because I
you don't.
really work all the time.
You really like
And
if
when
you
I
have the
get
time.
home, I'm tired as heck.
If you have the time to debate, you definitely have the time to research. Like it's not that hard to search up what you're looking at, copy it, go into here. I can give you media bias. The Guardian is a good media bias place, and it shows. And you put in the link, and it shows you if it's fact checked or not. And it also shows the bias rating of the source itself.
All right. So, are we gonna wrap up? Because,
Yeah.
yeah. So, cool. I don't. Do you even want to do closing statements, or you guys are good?
I think I don't know, John. Do we have a closing statement? John. Okay, yeah. John's gone again, but yeah, sure. We do not have a closing statement. We're
Okay.
all good.
All right. So, just good debate, guys. I'm gonna end the broadcast so I can go to sleep early tonight. Hope you guys have a good one, and thank you for coming. Appreciate it.